Hello and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. Today's practice is a lower body yoga routine with fascia stretches and rebound exercises. This class is really great for anyone who experiences lower body stiffness, tightness, and achiness. The movements in this practice will help us release any dense, sticky, matted fascia that can build up in this area of the body throughout the day. So the goal of this practice is to get you moving better and feeling your very best. You may also find that this practice is quite energizing. Kindly bring a blanket or a pillow to your space, and without further ado, let's get started. We begin our practice together in extended child's pose. So make your way to all fours. There is an option to pad your knees with a folded blanket or a pillow. Bring your big toes together and then walk your knees wider than hip distance apart. Send your sit bones back towards your heels. Now walk your hands forward, actively reaching towards the top edge of your mat. And then walk your hands wider than shoulder distance apart. Perhaps your hands are off of your mat to create more space throughout your upper body. Allow your fingertips to press into the earth, lifting your palms off of the ground. Explore a gentle tuck of your chin, lengthen through your low back, and feel that lovely stretch throughout your back body. As you continue to reach forward here, I invite you to find a gentle sway from side to side. Observe how your body connects to the earth from your toenails all the way up to your fingertips. Take a breath in here, and then breathe out to release your heart space closer towards the ground. Your forehead connects with the surface beneath you. Continue to keep your arms reaching forward. Forearms remain lifted. You can lower your palms to the ground now, so that way you can explore what it feels like to have your entire hand connected to the earth. As you breathe in, notice where you feel your breath moving your body. And then notice what happens to your body on the breath out. 3 more breath cycles here as we continue to open up through the hips. Wonderful. Press into all that is touching the earth. Hug your belly button in towards your spine to help activate the core muscles. Lift your forehead off of your mat and then press up to all fours. Let's meet in a tabletop position. Place your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Your shins are now parallel to one another. Root down through the tops of your feet. Spread through your toes, spread through your fingers. Finally, rock your pelvis forward, creating length through your low back, and then reach the crown of your head forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, hold on to this activation as you begin to tap the tops of your feet against the ground. How fast you go is totally up to you. We are creating some energy in the feet, plus this is a very fun movement to do. So I invite you to keep this action going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow it on down. Allow the tops of your feet to connect with your mat once again. Take a quiet moment here to notice how your feet feel. Breathe in, breathe out. Curl your toes under and then send your hips back towards your heels. This is such an awesome stretch for your toes, the soles of your feet, the Achilles, and the ankles. Breathe in here, and then breathe out to come back to your tabletop position, but keep your toes tucked under. We are going to explore a rebound elasticity movement that is both fun and energizing. This movement will be very quick, so feel free to watch me before you give it a try. So I'm sitting back towards my heels, and then right away I'm going to bounce back into a tabletop position. It's a spring-like action that is initiated from the toe joints, which then sends energy throughout the whole foot towards the ankles and then into the calf muscles. I invite you to explore this movement on your own. Do your best to keep a neutral spine as you move, keeping your core muscles engaged. In relation to your breath, I like to breathe in while in tabletop position and then quickly breathe out through my nose as I sit back towards my heels. So just play around with this movement. You may begin to gain momentum as you do this rebound exercise. Wonderful. Meet me in a tabletop position and uncurl your toes. Step your right foot back, take a breath in, and then breathe out to hug your right knee in towards your chest, and then step your right foot through. Allow your fingertips to frame your right foot. There's an option to walk your left knee back. Stay grounded in your left shin and the top of your left foot. Take a moment to check in with your right knee. Let's stack the bones, ensuring that the right knee is over top of the right ankle. Connect to your center as you lift your torso away from the top of your right thigh. Place your hands on your right thigh as you lean your torso forward. Bend at your elbows. Now, press your right foot and the top of your left foot into the ground. Once you have that connection, imagine as if you are trying to drag your right foot towards the back edge of your mat. Your left knee will begin to resist forward. Perhaps when you do this, you can feel your right hamstring and glute muscle contract. Can you feel your left hip flexor or the front of your left hip fire up? Take a breath in here, and as you breathe out, hold on to that muscular activation as you begin to straighten through your arms, lifting your chest, coming to an upright position. Hug your belly button in towards your spine. Ground down through the lower body as your upper body lengthens, the crown of your head actively reaching towards the sky. Can you feel your left hip and left quadricep activate in this stretch? Relax your leg muscles and lean forward once again. Wonderful. Root down through both feet. Your right foot resists back, and your left knee resists forward, as if they're trying to come in towards one another. Hold on to this activation as you begin to straighten through your arms, finding length through your upper body. Take a breath in here, and then breathe out to relax and lean forward. Once more on your own. Great. Fold forward, lower and release your hands to your mat. Connect to your center as you make your way back to all fours. Step your left foot back, take a breath in, and then breathe out to hug your left knee in towards your center, and then step your left foot through. Make any adjustments here that will feel awesome in your body. Whenever you are ready, lift up and then place your hands on your left thigh. Lean your heart forward slightly. Before you move, observe your connection to the earth. Press your left foot into the ground. Imagine that you are trying to drag your left foot towards the back edge of your mat, but it will stay exactly where it is. Feel the top of your right foot root down, keeping you anchored here. Your right knee will resist forward. Notice which muscles are engaged, especially taking note of the front of your right hip and into your quad. And now you can begin the movement, straightening through your arms. Lengthen through your upper body, grounding down through the lower body. It's kind of like you are being pulled into two different directions. Feel the muscles contract throughout the front of your right thigh. And now relax the muscles, leaning forward once again. Explore this movement twice more on your own, and remember to keep your breath flowing. Lovely. Fold forward, floating your hands down to your mat. Palms connect, and then step your left foot back, coming into a tabletop position. Great work. Keep your wrists underneath your shoulders as you step your right foot towards the back edge of your mat, followed by your left foot. Oh yes, we are in a plank. Press out of your foundation, create a line of energy from your heels to the crown of your head. Feel the energy flowing through you. Now bend into your right knee and then straighten through the right leg. Bend into your left knee and then straighten through the left leg. Continue bending one knee in at a time. It's like we are pedaling out the feet, stretching through the backs of the legs, feet, toes, and ankles, while activating the core muscles that will continue to support us throughout the rest of this practice and also off of the mat. We are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees down, swing your legs to one side, and then make your way to a seat on your mat. We are going to lay on the left side of the body in a moment. Feel free to place your folded blanket or place your pillow where your left hip will rest. When you come to lay on your left side, stack your left elbow under your left shoulder. Your forearm will run parallel to the top short edge of your mat. Your right fingertips can rest on the ground just in front of your torso. Extend through your legs. Your legs are stacked with your toes pointing forward. Now, bend at both knees. Your feet are tucked in behind you. Rock your pelvis forward as you hug your belly button in towards your spine to find length through your back body. Take a breath in here, and then breathe out. Lift your top knee away from your bottom knee while keeping the arches of your feet together. Squeeze your right glute at the top, and then lower your right knee. I invite you to continue this action for a few more rounds, lifting and then lowering your right knee. Remember to squeeze your outer hip and glute muscles at the top and breathe through this exercise. Wonderful. Now extend through your right leg. Point your toes forward so that way your right heel is facing back. Your right leg is roughly in line with your right hip. Imagine that someone is pulling your right foot. Activate the muscles of your right leg as you find some baby pulses, lifting and lowering your right leg slightly, feeling the work taking place in your right hip. Keep this action going. Take a moment to just check in with your left shoulder and ear. Do your best to press out of your foundation and create space. We are here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower and release. Let's move to the other side. Lower onto your right side. Your right elbow is stacked underneath your right shoulder. Your legs are extended with your toes pointing forward. Bend at your knees as you tuck your toes in behind you. Check in with the placement of your pelvis. Keep your core nice and engaged. Keeping the arches of your feet together, lift your left knee away from your bottom knee, squeeze at the top, and then close. I invite you to do a few more rounds on your own. Once again, be mindful of your breath as you move. Wonderful. Extend through your top leg, toes point forward. And whenever you feel ready, you can find your baby pulses here. Really flex through your left foot, activating the muscles of your leg, especially the outer leg and then into your hip. Keep breathing, and we are here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower and release. Awesome job. Press up to a seated position. We will be on our backs for the next series of stretches, but before you head on down to the ground, feel free to place your folded blanket or your pillow at the top of your mat where your head and neck will rest. Whenever you are ready, you can lower onto your forearms and then onto your back body. Rest the soles of your feet on the ground with your knees pointing upwards. Allow your rib cage to settle against the surface beneath you. Explore a gentle tuck of your chin to lengthen through the back of your neck. Breathe in, breathe out. Send your right leg to the sky. Find a soft bend in your right knee and flex through your right foot. Interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. Take hold of your right hamstring as you straighten through your arms. Allow the right thigh to really press into your hands. It's like your right leg is trying to lower back down to the ground. Can you feel your right hamstring and glute muscles contract? If not, maybe you create that contraction yourself through the mind to muscle connection. Now, allow your arms and hands to overpower your right leg. Maintain that muscular activation as you begin to bring your right leg closer towards your body, keeping a micro bend in your right knee. If at any point you lose that muscular activation, you can either pause to find it again, or you can go back to that starting position and then try the movement once again. Relax your muscles to come back to that starting position, straightening through your arms. Let's try it again. Your leg presses into your hands. First, observe where you feel the muscles fire up. Hold on to that muscular activation throughout the movement as you begin to bring your right leg closer towards your body. Great. Relax to come back to start. One more round on your own time. A kind reminder to breathe through the stretch. Lovely. Release your right foot to the ground. Your arms can rest at your sides for a moment. Take a breath in through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth. Lift your left leg towards the sky. Find a small bend in that knee and then flex through your foot. Take hold of your left hamstring. Arms are straight in our starting position. Now allow your left leg to press into your hands as if you're trying to lower that left leg back down to the ground. Feel your hamstrings and glute muscles contract. Hold on to this as your hands begin to overpower your left leg, bringing your left leg closer in towards your body. And it's all good if this movement is small. Relax your muscles to come back to our starting position, straightening through the arms. At least 2 more times on your own. And as you do this movement, I invite you to just observe how this side feels in comparison to the other side. How would you describe the movement? For me, this side feels tighter, more restricted, and I have to work a little harder to activate the muscles that I'm looking to stretch. Wonderful. Release your left foot to the earth. Your arms rest alongside your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Hug your right knee in towards your chest, and then place your right ankle across your left thigh. Allow your right ankle to rest there as you gently open your right knee to the side. You can place your right fingertips on the inside of your right thigh, with your upper right arm resting on the surface beneath you. Place your left hand either on your rib cage or on the ground at your side. Whenever you feel ready, I invite you to close your eyes. Take a moment to notice how your back body feels against the surface beneath you. Scan the body for any imbalances. For example, perhaps you need to make a small adjustment to your hips as more weight is being placed on one side of your body. Scan the body for areas that feel tense or tight. The beauty of this stretch is that you can melt into it with ease. The ground is there to support your back body. Your left thigh supports your right ankle. And your right fingers support that sweet opening in your right hip. You're going to rest here for a few more breath cycles. All right, let's unravel. Release your right foot to the ground. Hug your left knee in, and then gently place your left ankle on top of your right thigh, opening your left knee towards the left side. Your left fingertips can rest on the inside of your left thigh. You can place your right hand on your rib cage or on the ground. Once again, I invite you to close your eyes. As you sink into this hip and glute stretch, I invite you to bring awareness to your breath. Really feel your breath flowing through you. How does it feel when you send your breath to your chest? How does it feel when you send the breath to your rib cage? Can you feel the expansion throughout your rib cage on your inhalation And then the rib cage softens on your exhalation. What happens when you send your breath to your back body, perhaps all the way down to your lower back? Does this change how your back body connects with the ground? All right, let's unravel. Release your left foot to the ground. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Place your hands on your knees or on your shins. And rock gently from side to side as we show the back body some love. Explore stillness, and then allow your knees to fall over to one side, and then press up to a seat on your mat. As you breathe in, send both hands to the sky, spread through your fingers, and then breathe out to bring your palms together, and then slowly lower your hands down to your heart space. Breathe in, breathe out to melt your shoulders away from your ears. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Thank you so much for moving with me today. If you enjoyed this class, please give this video a thumbs up and consider leaving a comment. Even if it's just to say hi, I would love to hear from you. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. An invitation to close our practice by saying Namaste.